Hi all, right, back with more Skies Above Britain, playing Chapter 1, Patrol 1, this is my Part 7, the playthrough. As you can see, things take time in Grant's world. Yeah, most people would have had this patrol done by now, a few videos ago, but yeah, it's, well, all my videos are like that. It's not that I'm decided to do that for this one. Trying to see where we're at. We're escort reaction, right? Yeah, I remember that was from last night, so I didn't come back and do any more. One thing I thought about that I'd forgot about, and I'm going to have to look back in the video footage, is I know I've got one credit for the shot down bomber, but we've got two other bombers that have been destroyed, and I didn't take note of who finished them off. So I'll need to look back in the footage, because obviously they need to get the credit for that, and it will help towards their progression in the campaign, I guess. And I mean, although these count for victory points, that each individual pilot needs to, I think, benefit as well. So yeah, I forgot to take note of them. I will look back. Probably when I'm watching back the footage, I'll take note of who it was, and I'll put it in the roster, and I'll bring back an update of that when I do. Another thing I thought about is one of the, I was thinking, right, it's getting near the end of the patrol, let's use up these veteran privileges, and I've used them to avoid some low ammo issues, which is probably going to allow me to have another couple of goes at the bombers, I think, although some fighters might come along and have something to say about that, and we are running out of fuel. But I forgot about the fact that we can add a +1 to the dice with one of the privileges to the fate checks. Now, how would that work though? Actually, oh, I've got to open at that page. So it's pluck, give yourself. So it's just himself that we get the +1 modifier. During a fate check. Yeah, it applies only to the veteran in the fate box. And in actual fact, all the veteran aircraft are still in play. That's not to say they're not going to end up in the fate box. Anyway, it was something else that I thought maybe I could have kept that till then. Well, let's hope they don't get to the fate box, and we'll not need to worry about that, because they're still in play. But they're still willing to go up against the bombers again, so. Okay, let's push on. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Actually, Tim chimed in with a little comment saying everything seems to be going well, so I've only released part 2. This is on part 7 I'm on, because I managed to do an awful lot over the last couple of days. But I like to watch the videos back before I just throw them out there. I'm sort of 3/4 of the way watching part 3, so it should be out soon, and I'll try and watch them back. Always sometimes one of them, maybe I should just chuck them out there, because the problem is if I hoard them and don't put them out there and move on too far, and somebody spots some mistake that really is a big blunder, then the kind of game's kind of messed up, and that's that. However, I do kind of like to look them over before releasing them. Occasionally I've done it where I've just thrown it out there and thought, alright, let somebody have a look at it just in case, because I'm not sure about a few things. There's 2 or 3 things came up, isn't there? But nothing really major. Yeah, nothing really major. Right, so escort reaction. One or more RAF fighters are in the bomber formation area. Draw an escort reaction card. Draw only one. We do have bombers in the bomber formation area, so we are going to draw a reaction card. Now, where does it tell you about the reaction stuff? Is that on the map? No. So it'll be on the play raid somewhere. Is it on the back of that? No, I get the feeling it's in here. It is in here. I looked at the rules the last time though, didn't I? Because it was a bit... The play raid just gives you a brief what's what, so I think I will open up page 36 of the rulebook and keep that beside me while we do this. Now, I think I went over it before, so I'll maybe not come down to the rulebook, but right, escort reaction card, here we go. So, oh, upside down. Oh no, it's not upside down. I was trying to look in the camera, then it was up too close, I think. No ambush bit down the bottom here again, so that's good. So clouds escape, it's not cloudy. Just as a reminder, we're in the haze here. So that's not going to happen. I'm just looking at the rulebook here. Like I say, page 36. So the first, you're meant to do these in order though. So clouds escape, we would check. Well, check first, it's not cloudy. Help arrives if card icon appears in a station occupied by an unsuppressed escort station. Well, the only escort station we've got is trailing. Oh, it's going to make a move though. So the only one we've got is trailing. So the help arrive bits. If a card icon appears in the station occupied by, yeah, there's no card icon in trailing. There is one in low and there's one in high, but we're getting lucky again with trailing. Maybe trailing isn't so much populated by them. I don't know, I'm guessing at that. But it looks like it's going to make a move to high. So then we've got reduce escort. Sorry, just help arrives. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to draw a card because it's not. If a card icon appears in a station occupied by an unsuppressed escort station marker, draw a Luftwaffe advantage card to initiate a dogfight. Yeah. Yeah, well there's not. There's not one in the trailing, so we're not going to draw a card. So that's good. We've dodged the bullet there again. And we've dodged the ambush. So the next step is reduce escort. If a reduce icon appears in a station, reduce the escort station marker there. Well, the only reduce one is in. It's a bit of a shame it doesn't show you the name there. You've got to go and look. What one is that? Ahead. Ahead. I think they could have. Well, yeah. I'm being picky again. They could have had it off to the side a little bit and had the ahead symbol. Because I noticed that with the last card we drew, it covered up the. It was starboard the last time, I think, and it covered up the starboard by putting that. You know what? It's not a big deal, is it? So anyway, there's not a station there. So, and then shift escort. Well, this is the one that is going to apply. It says, if a shift arrow accompanied by a note. Right, well, there's no note. Oh, there's the note. Ah, yeah, there's a green arrow and there's a green note. Yeah, sorry. So if a shift arrow accompanied by a note appears, shift the escort station marker as directed. So it says here, if high station is empty, trailing moves there. Well, that's what's going to happen then, because there's trailing, and he's going to move to high, which is, I don't know, feels like that's probably worse there. I don't know, it might depend on these modifiers and that. So, yeah, I think that's all that's done there. There can't already be an escort station marker there. If there is no escort station marker in the departure station, that is from the station where the marker is supposed to depart. Ignore the arrow, no shifting happens. So we did get that. That was the only thing on the card. And then ambush. If an ambush note appears, well, it doesn't. So that's that. So that's all we got. I mean, that might be bad, that moving up to the high station, but we're getting no grief from any fighters, which is what was more the worry, I think. So that's done. Escort reaction is done. Then we move on to chase, which we don't need to do. We've nothing in lost contact. All our fighters are in the bomber formation area. So no, we're going to move on. Yeah, move on. So patrol, is a patrol complete? It's not. Now, here's the thing. When can I decide to maybe return these to base? Has there ever been? I want to say, because I want to say that, does it not the dogfight cycle? Yeah, when can we have an option just to sort of say, right, that's enough? I feel like I'm not. I'm pretty sure it should be here, and I should have the chance to do it. Right, well, bomber. Yeah, B1, the approach. That's it. The approach. Each RAF fighter in the bomber formation unit engages on a bomber or must return to base. There you go. So there's when it can. Actually, though, but while we are on that, is there any other times? I mean, if we had other stuff, I don't know, that was lost contact there. Well, no, it's because it just said in the chase step. It just said that because I read that very first sentence. Lost contact sections and independent RAF fighters must go to the RTB track or attempt chase. So there you go. If they don't chase, they return to base anyway. So yeah, I just wonder. I suppose is there other times though? Doesn't look like you can. Maybe in the dogfight cycle you can't. So we could here. Well, that's actually yeah. Well, not here, but. Because we've got one fighter that's out of ammo. There's no point having him there. He's better being back to base while he's still got a little bit of fuel left, you know. Hang on a sec. Okay, so patrol complete. If all RAF fighters on the RTB track are in fate boxes, the patrol ends. If some RAF fighters are still in play, go to card 22. Well, that's what we're going to do. But we're going to have to start thinking about maybe... So, because the fuel's going to move on here again, right? So now maybe we should be having a look at this. So that goes to empty. That can't be good. That goes to low, and then that one's okay still. I think what I need to do is look at the return to base part maybe. As you can see, there's a bailout number of 1 there, bailout 1 to 2 there, bailout 1 to 4. Could it be as simple as we roll a dice, if we get a 1 he has to bail out? That seems like a low probability of that happening, but and then we get it here it's a 1 to 2, if we get it here it's a 1 to 4. I'll bail out. Okay, let me have a... I think we should look into this first before we move any further. So here we go here, this is on page 47, it starts on page 46, return to base section. So here's the bit with a fuel check, and there's a wee example to the right here. After checking the fate of RAF fighters in the fate boxes, so you do all that first obviously, but that's nothing we can interfere with now anyway, but obviously the more that fuel's moving, the worse it's going to get for us, I guess. So yeah, after checking the fate of RAF fighters and fate boxes, check those in the RTB track. If the fighter is in, yeah, and when we RTB a fighter, we RTB the green fighter right now, it goes in this space obviously, and if it was the yellow one, it's going to go in that space. So that's where they're going to go. I just want to see if we can push it to the limit here though, I suppose. If a fighter is in a space on that track with a bailout number, roll a die for its pilot. If the number rolled falls in the range of numbers, the pilot bails out. He is unhurt but must sit out the next patrol. So he doesn't get hurt, but he's got to sit out the next patrol. That's a low chance because we've got a bailout 1 and the green one sitting at 1 to 2. Okay, slightly higher chance on the 1 to 4. Place the pilot marker in the bailout box as a reminder that he can't fly the next patrol. You may assign another pilot to the fighter he was flying. So, but the fighter surely crashes, no? The pilot's bailed out. Yeah, I don't know where the bailout box is. Yeah, see it, so way up the top there. Okay. That's what I mean, they've got to sit. So, the thing is, in this game, aircraft are unlimited. They're not considered important. It's the pilots that are important. I think that's how it was. I mean, when I say not important, clearly they were important, but it was far more valuable to get the pilot back safe. So yeah, so on that the furthest away one's a 1 to 4. And remember, if we fly an X mission anyway, are we not going to be fatigued? Or is it 2 you can fly and then you've got to sit out? Sorry, look at the little note there with the arrow. It's me criticising things, and I've got it covered. Because I'm saying, it says you may assign another pilot to the fighter he was flying. You think, right, okay, but sure, the pilot's bailed out, the fighter's dead, destroyed. But there's a wee note there saying, yes, the aircraft was destroyed when the pilot bailed out, but machines are easily replaced. And that's basically what I was trying to say. It was easier to replace the machines than these pilots. So, let me check fatigue. It's just on a couple of pages forward. So there's a box there that says fatigue. In a campaign, use the pilot roster to keep track of the patrols flown by pilots. A pilot who flies 2 consecutive patrols becomes fatigued after that second patrol. Okay. He remains fatigued until rested. To rest, a pilot must not fly 1 patrol. Sitting out a patrol in the bailout or hospital boxes also counts as resting. Okay. A fatigued pilot suffers a -1 die roll modifier when making hit checks, fate checks, and collision checks. So you can still fly them, but obviously you're going to have -1s. If a pilot flies 4 consecutive patrols, he automatically goes to the hospital. He is exhausted, treating the same as a wounded pilot. Okay, so we can still fly 2, so it is quite important maybe to bring these guys back, not having, because if they bail out, they're going to have to sit out the next patrol. But I don't know, a 1 to 4 roll, I can take my chances with that, I think. Right, so back to where we were. So we've spent our fuel, so let's move on. Escort recovery, well, the escort station was not suppressed, so we don't need to do anything there, and we move on. Escort exit. Right, we do have a number. Actually, we moved into a different box now, didn't we? So that number might be better. No, it's not. So we've got a 10 or an 11. Now, I worked out that the 10 must be for the 109s and the 11 for the 110s. Escort exit, give me a page number, 39. That's brilliant when you look at these things. It just tells you the page number. That's just... all rules should be done that way. So, check each station to see if it reduces or is removed. Roll a die. Yeah, in fact, is this not on the map somewhere? No. Where is this about? No, it's just the number. It's just the number you have to roll here. I think we have to roll a 10 or higher here. Pair the number rolled to the red number printed in the red. If the number rolled is equal to or higher, a heavy station becomes light. That's what will happen here. Which number to use, and it references them 109 or 110 in that order. I think respectively that's how these numbers go. And the fact that it gives a wee sort of explanation that 110s or more had a better range than the 109s. So yeah. And the example there. There you go. It's got an example. So there's confirmation that it says you use this number for 109s and use this number for the 110s. There's a big difference in that one, 5 and a 10. So yeah, and the example there shows that the player rolls a 9. So where's it sitting? Sorry, we're sitting there. So it's an 8 or 11, but it's... Sorry, it's an 8 or 11, but it's 109, so he rolls a 9, which reduces the heavy escort station marker, which more than an 8 needed to reduce it. So that heavy marker flips over to flips over to be in the light station. Just looking down there, the next bit of that example talks about the channel patrol. The next step, the player rolls a die for channel patrol and another 9, and that means nothing happens. Had he rolled a 12, 109s would have attacked. Oh, that must be a 12 number there. We can only just see the 2. What box is that? That's in the middle column. Yeah, it's a 12. It's a 12. Just looks like a 2 there, but that, yeah, it wouldn't be a 2. That'd be too low. We do have a channel patrol number this time though. Well, so that looks like that's maybe a bit worrying. And it's a 10 as well. You see the black number there. So anyway, we're going to check for escort exit first. So we need to roll a 10 or higher. And this would be good if we got that, because it would tone it down to light. So here we go, a 10 or higher. No, not to be. A 4, right. I get the feeling this channel patrol is going to come next. It is indeed. So if the raid marker is in space with channel patrol number, make a channel patrol check. The number rolled is equal to or higher. I'm going to draw a leaf off advantage card and apply it to the area fighter section. Oh, this triggers a dog fight. If it's rolled less, there's no effect. So again, like I said, it is a 10. So this time we want lower that. Was it equal to or higher? Number rolled is equal to or higher. Yeah, so we want less than a 10 this time. Oof, an 8. Right, okay, we're okay then. Yeah, I was going to see how do you decide which one gets attacked, but I'm guessing it's random. I think we looked into that a little bit. However, it was rolled less than the number, so there's no effect. So moving on. Reform, we don't need to join anything up. Everything's fine. Now we're on to the raid vector now. Okay, so this is moving the raid marker, isn't it? Right. If it's already if the space is already empty, move the raid marker to the next space on the track and then resolve the vector markers in the new space. Yeah, okay. And the raid marker is already in the last space of the outbound row. Yeah, it must just be getting to the end of this row, eh? Okay, so it's moving in here, and we're going to look at this one. You can see now that it's slightly easier escort exit, but you've got that channel patrol number dropped down. Also see a little bailout icon in there. So not sure. It's channel bailout. Tells you up there. So if we do get the channel thing, yeah. In fact, I think that's bad. I want to say that's bad. Right, let's flick this over. Right, that's a sun thing. Show me on this. Yeah, turn point. Roll a die, even shifted sun clock. Oh, I don't want to shift this. No, it doesn't matter. No, I don't think it matters. Well, actually it might matter to the heavy 109s. So roll a die, even shift the sun clockwise. If odd, shift it counterclockwise. If no sun, visibility is now clear in the sun's position as blah blah blah. You roll dice. There is sun, but it's haze. So even is going to shift it clockwise, and odd counterclockwise. So let's do that. Rolled it an 11, so it's going counterclockwise. I think that's actually better for us, because it was up there quite close to these, and it was going to come here clockwise. It's going counterclockwise, so it's going from there to there, because that would have meant they were in the sun. Eh? Yeah, indeed. Okay, so that was a bit of luck. Right, yeah, that channel patrol thing's bothering me. So is this going to be the end of the patrol if this moves again? I mean, it tells us. Well, I guess I suppose what I need to know is, when it goes along this line, is that it? Does it go along this line and then this line as well? I don't think so. I think because this is coming from the coast. And the reason it's shorter is because, right, they're coming from France, they're coming across the channel, they're dropping their bombs and they're going back. So if they're doing that on the coast, they're just doing it, they're dropping the bombs on the coast. They're not got that far to go. Now if they're in the middle, they're maybe going up into the Midlands, coming across to France and then like that, and then maybe they're coming up into Scotland, maybe, you know, right up there, and then that's taking longer, deep into Scotland. Dirty rats. Okay, I think that must be it. So I think this is going to be the end of the patrol. once we do that? Well, I'm going to go with that. So, because it says here, if the raid marker is already in the last space of the outbound row of the track, the patrol ends, go to card 36 and perform RTB. Yeah, so we can have one more raid vector move, and then when we draw it again, that's going to end the patrol. This is just in case you've got an engaged... If the raid marker is already in the last space of the outbound row the track, and any fighter is also engaged against the bomber. I see, yeah, if we were still engaged, the bomber, we'd go to card B1, fight one bomber cycle, then place the fight on the RTB track. Okay. Right, at the moment, if it's 10 right now, none of our fighters are engaged. But they could be engaged if they had moved and selected delay, or if they had been attacking from the tail and decided to stay there. Then they're still engaged, so that's the way of that happening. But we've just been going in from the flank. Okay, right, well, looks like we can get to the end of this patrol pretty soonish then. Yeah, okay. So moved the raid marker, done the outbound thing. Yeah, no, that tells you how to do it. I seem to skip by that one there. It was card 33, 32, 33. So that's what we should have been looking at, and it was even, shift the sun position clockwise, we rolled odd, so it was shifted it counterclockwise, and the other bit only applies if there's no sun. So then, oh, that's weather. Yeah, that's obviously another option from that. Yeah, the last card was 34, so weather, but we didn't get that. We got the 33 one. So all that's been done, and the next card is swirl again. In fact, did I not say back there? Because did I not miss that the last time? Yeah. Once all markers in the raid track space have been revealed and applied, go to card 35, swirl again. Yeah. It's fine. It's doing the same thing. If some RAF fighters are still in play, go back to card 12 and restart the interception sequence. So we're going to do that. Right, so card 12's orders. Well, we've nothing on the interception map now. So it says if no formations are on the interception map, go to card 18, entropy phase. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, that's just dealing with all the orders, but we've no orders to give out. So we go right to card 18. None of your RAF fighters in the bomber formation area, skip entropy phase and go to card 20. Well, we do have fighters. Right, right, unengaged fighters in the bomber formation area must return to base or attack bombers. Right, so this time we are going to return to base this guy because he's no ammo left. I'm going to take that off, and that's yellow 2. So he's going to return to base. Just swing it around there. He's going to go in there. Now he's in a safe spot. He's not going to have to roll for anything like that. Now, I mean, potentially we could consider the rest, but I think we could have one more go at these. You know, I think so. We've got this one that's damaged still, so probably have a go at that. Maybe have a go at this one that's out on its own. Might be easier to take down. Well, I suppose, see, these tiles are isolated though as well, which might be easier than going for this one that's still attached. Yeah, in fact, did we not have a go at that one the last time and done absolutely nothing to it? Maybe it's better to consider like so one of these isolated tiles and this. Okay, so yeah, so unengaged fighters must return to base or attack the bombers. Right. Okay, so we're going to attack the bombers. And then we're going to start the bomber cycle. So we've got 4 aircraft there. Now all the veterans have used up their privileges anyway, so there's not any real benefit to one over the other. So I think what I'll do, and again I can attack from any angle, but if I go nose or tail, we're going to be delayed. and we're not going to be able to carry out our bomb and our attack until next turn. Fuel's going to drop. That's then going to be the last turn that we're going to get because of the raid marker. So I think we just come in on the flank again. So if I've got 4 of them, let's go 1, 2, and maybe try 2 on one of these. Let's go for that one, I think. Something like that. Yeah, I suppose the other thing is we could have went for one of these and that would isolate. But isolating them is not giving us points or anything anymore anyway. There's more chance of doing something to the isolated tiles than these, I think. That's my grasp of how things seem to be. Okay, so go with that. So let's get our bomber cycle going. And the first card is approach, and that's each area fighter in the bomber formation area engages a bomber, almost return to base. Right, and then if it's bomber cycle round 1, you must approach from the same angle that they entered the bomber formation. See, yeah, I mean, I still feel a little confused by, is this bomber cycle round 1? Again, I mean, I don't know. I feel still unsure of that. I mean, no, because it can't be, because we could be placing delay markers on fighters, so it must be at least bomber cycle round 2. But then what was the bit that threw me there? It had to be bomber cycle round 1 to do. What was it we done? Was it one of the privileges that showed up or something? Maybe it wasn't a privilege. That came up last night. I can't remember what it was. It was something we were doing. It needed to be round 1, and that's what got me thinking, or got me a bit confused, because I don't know what bomber round we're in right now. I mean, if it was me, my initial thoughts of the game, I think we're in bomber cycle round, I don't know, 5 or something like that, because we've been through this about 4 or 5 times now. But I don't know if that's right, or if it resets every time you come round. But then we only get one round, and then that's it. It goes away again. But I'm a little unsure there. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong by doing what I'm doing, but if somebody can clear that up for me, I suppose I could. Yeah, I think I'm going to check BGG for that. If I search for bomber cycle round 1, I might get something. Yeah, I couldn't really. I didn't really study it that much. There is questions out there about certain things in round 1. I get the feeling we're not in round 1 here. We've been in this area for quite some time now, so I can't remember what one it was that mentioned round 1, some benefit that we got here, so I can only assume that means that when it first gets here, you know what, I don't know. I'm a little confused by it, but I think I'm quite in the belief that right now I could place a fighter here and put a delay marker on it. Now, would I suffer the penalty because the penalty is only applying round 1? I would kind of feel no, because can't be round 1 for these guys. So, but I'm playing it safe anyway. We're just coming in from the flank. Maybe somebody will straighten this one out for me. Or I might have to go and look more into it if I follow things up. Right, we've done our approach. And whatever. So yeah, so now we're going to. Oh, what am I putting the cards up there for? Yeah, I was only just showing you them. So now we're in the burst, which is draw a card. So we decide how we're going to do it. Let's go for this one first. So we'll go red leader. And he's on just a single fighter, remember? So bomber card light. attacking a single fighter. So it's the bottom one here. We're coming in from the starboard. Oh, man. The other ones had plenty of damage, and we've got jammed. So our guns are jammed, which means, yeah, I've not seen that one before, have we? It's not come up yet. It means that if he attacks again, we roll, I want to say if we get a damage result up on the card, like that, then we have to roll to see if his guns worked or not. An even roll, it hits and the damage is done. An odd result, I want to say it's no damage, and then we remove the jam marker. If I turned over this player aid, I would see the words of that somewhere. Jam guns, attach the array of fighter. Each time it garners a damage result, roll a die, even apply the damage result, odd, cancel the damage result, and remove the jam marker. Yeah, so just what I said. And that's all that we had on that card, sadly, so didn't do good. So now we'll go in with the guy that's low ammo. So same bit we're looking for down the bottom. So it's a dorsal gunner hit. And the dorsal gunner hit, I think, did I talk about that already? It says bomber suffers fuselage damage, place a dorsal marker on the bomber, henceforth cancel hits for area fighters in the tail approach. So if we're coming in for the tail and you get a return fire, get a hit, it's cancelled. So, but it still counts, this still counts as a hit marker as well. So that's one hit on him. Remember, it's 3 hits to take out the Stukas. And then the other symbol there we've got is return fire. So it is going to return fire on this guy. We're going to draw a hit marker, and we check the other side of it to see what it is. It is indeed a hit, sadly. Oh, and it's a big 8. So 8 cockpit hit for that guy. So that didn't go terribly well. Well, we got one damage on him, I suppose. Right, over here, so these two guys going for this, and remember this is on an isolated tile this time. So yellow leader first, so it's going to be the middle row, and starboard, right, that's 7 distress. However, we do have a damage to go with it. So obviously here we would apply the damage first to try and add up to 7, but you can see it's 1, 2, and then the damage is going to make it 3. So the 7 is not going to matter. But let's draw the damage result. And you never know, might get a catastrophic one. Or an engine. No, it's a wing. So wing damage to that. Nothing more doing. And like I say, that adds up now to 3. And this isn't tied up to anything else. It's not attached to any other tiles, so we can only count what's on its tile. So it's not 7. So that's it. That's our card done. And then finally, green leader at the back on the same row. Well, that's a 3 this time, so that's going to distress it. Good. These are both leaders, so there's no green pilot. Well, it would only apply to him. He's not, although he's green in colour, he's not a green pilot. Yeah, green leader's a veteran. So that doesn't apply. However, we've got 3 to check for distress. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3. So that is going to distress that guy. So that's going to now knock him out of the formation. Distress. So he's now fallen. And we need a Stuka. There we go. So we'll bring that back a little bit. So we've got, he's fallen, he's out of the formation, he's down here, wherever, you put him where you want, and then these guys are still engaged with him to the flank, to the starboard, and he gets his wing damage brought down. So at least that broke him away from the thing, and now we can go after him maybe next time, and maybe just go after that and that, see if we can finish off one last shot. That's it, that was everything that was on that card. The green hat, but there was no green pilot involved. So that's all the bursts. We're going to disengage. So these guys are all going to come away again. all disengaged. And we do have one with jam guns, but one with a hit marker 8, so we're just about to check that. So hit check now. You can see it's an 8 to the cockpit. So see if we can roll high. Got to be an 8. Oh, close. No cigar. Right, so 8 to the cockpit. We can take the wall ammo off him as well. 8 to the cockpit. So he's going up in the cockpit fate box. That's another one gone. So we've only got 3 left. But I think so. I think we should try. Yeah, could have done with the 4. 2 on that and 2 on that. Just to try and destroy 2 more. Okay, then we resume and just go back to where we were then. And so that was the bomber formation. Hang on, I like to turn. I like when I'm looking at that. I like to have the sequence of play in front of me. And then I suppose when you move on to the fighting, it's nice to see the icons. So that was bomber formation. So now we're going to have escort reaction again. And that's if there's bombers in the bomber formation area. Sorry, if there's fighters in the bomber formation area. Yeah, we're going to draw an escort card. How am I doing for time? That's okay. Right, escort reaction. Oh, I've got an ambush this time. Oh, and we've got a card over the high. Oh, it's all going wrong now. Right, let me get that bit in the book. Page 35. Just so I can see it. 36, actually. That starts on 35, fair enough. So first of all, clouds escape. Well, remember, we're not cloudy. It's still haze. So that's not going to apply. That's the first one. The second one is help arrives. So if a card icon appears in a station occupied by an unsuppressed escort station marker, draw a Luftwaffe advantage card. Well, we've got one card in the high, and that is where the escort station marker is. Right. So I'll leave this card at the side just now. So I'm going to draw one advantage card. Well, I'll bring this down to have a look at the rule book for this, because I need to look this over. I haven't done it. We've just skipped by it because we never had it before. But this time it is going to apply. Card icon appears by an unsuppressed escort station mark. Draw a Luftwaffe advantage card to initiate a dogfight in the bomber formation area. German fighters from the escort station engage your fighter. Do not move or change the escort station marker. Starting with 109 escort station markers, we've only got the one. Immediately draw a Luftwaffe advantage card for each card icon. There was only one card icon as well, so we're only getting one of our fighters involved here. Select area of fighters randomly unless one has a delay marker, which makes it the German's first choice. Regardless of the number of card icons, do not draw more. And then, yeah, and then we go after delayed. Okay, so we've got 3. Now, I'm just going to randomise these the way I would do it. So I'm just going to say 1 to 4, you know, out of 12. So let's see what I get. Rolled a 1, so it's going to be the top guy, it's going to be the jam guy. So I suppose, yeah, in some ways that's, well, if we happen to do damage to it, though, probably unlikely. So he's the one that's getting the attack by the 109s, because I'm just going to bring him down here, and now we're going to, well, that's the way he's going, but he's jammed. Well, it doesn't matter what way I face him. It's the advantage card is going to tell us where the 109s are going to be. So Luftwaffe advantage. Here we go. So tailed by a swarm. Lovely. So that's a whole 4 of them. So tailed by a swarm. That's 3 grand. That's 4. And like I say, I've got them facing that direction. That's right. That's slightly annoying. I mean, I'd like to keep the. I mean, I can do that here, I suppose. It looks better, and you can see its direction, whatever. Anyway, what else though? So tailed by a swarm. Stay tight. Section only. Well, it's not a section. It's just an individual fighter. Green pilot becomes independent as tailed. Yeah, so that's not going to apply. So we've we're just tailed by a swarm, which is bad enough. So yeah, I haven't been in the dogfight cycle for a bit, so I'll just bring the cards out and look at them myself. So place fighters, done that. Right, head-on combat, no. Tail maneuver, yes please. I think I might just try the, what is it? Put that underneath. The evade. Drawing 2 of them. See if we can get a vanish result. Because it doesn't really... Well, I say it doesn't benefit us. It does. If we happen to shoot down these, we get... Well, I think you need to shoot down 4 to get 1 victory point or something. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for evade. I'll not bother bringing the marker out, so I'm going to draw 2 tailed cards and pick the best. Now this is individual fighter against 109s, so let's zoom out a little bit. So it's individual fighter 1 against 109s. Oh, that's a good one. How about that? That was a good evade then, because remember we get a reduce as well, so we're not going to take this one because this one's a hit. We're going to take this one, which is a reduction. And yeah, and the evade also allows a reduction after it goes, isn't it? Reduce one German fighter flies away, and then if still tailed, reduce the Luftwaffe fighter marker, and then if it's a section you can loose one of the, but it's not a section. So we reduce this once for the card, and then we reduce this again for the evade. So it's now down to a rota 109s 2. Now none of that was kills though, so it's not as good as. However, that didn't affect the jam, and again none of it was kills, so we weren't using our guns or anything like that. So then we move on. Tail line combat, hit checks. There's no hit checks. Resume. We're still engaged, so we go back to the beginning again. We've placed our fighters. There's no head-on combat. Tail maneuver. So do we maybe go for it again? I think the fact we're jammed, if we manage to get them round about and that, and then we don't hit them or something. Yeah, I think I'm going to go and evade again. So draw another 2 tailed cards and see if we can get lucky again. Well, we've got a vanish with a hit or a green hit. He's not green, so nothing would happen. Oh, but we do reduce him with the evade. I think it's maybe worth it. And then we can do evade again next turn. Yeah, because if we take a hit and we end up with an 8 or 9, then he's gone probably, you know. Yeah. Oh, that's a gamble though, because it could end up with reinforcements coming along. Yeah, I'm going to pick that one then. I'm going to pick that one. So he's not green, so there's no hit, so nothing happens. But because we chose to evade at the end of, he's still tailing us, so it's just 1 fighter after us now. And then we basically just cycle through things again. We come back to the same bit. There's no hit checks to be done. Tail maneuver again. I'm going to evade again. Why not? Yeah, there's only one of them though. Nah, I'm going to evade again. Let's see if we can evade our way out of all this. Oh no! So we've got the same result as what we could have took last turn. So yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, because the whole point to evade there again was if nothing bad happens, we still get to reduce him at the end. Damn. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one we pick. So we've got a vanish and a hit. So he's going to vanish, and then we've got to take a hit. And I'll just draw that now. Hit side up. Hopefully we can keep it low. So it's sticking to my fingers. 5, that's good, that's good. I like 5. Okay. So that's it. And then we're not engaged anymore, but we'll cycle through things and we'll have to do the hit check. So we need a 5 or greater. Keep this guy alive. Come on, he's done well up to now. 12, yes. If I'd known it was going to roll a 12, there'd 10 more chances. Right, so he is still jammed, but that's him back up there. Able to go again. Okay, so then we resume. If no fighters, we return to the main deck and resume where we left off. Well, we're still carrying out this reaction. I think this. Yeah, oh, actually, we've got the ambush to come as well, haven't we? Ugh. Right, so that was help arrives. Reduce escort. Well, there's no reduction there at all, is there? No. Shift escort. There's a shift from trailing to low, but we already moved it from trailing. It's in high, so there's not going to be any movement. Right, so ambush. And it says it's got one card with 109. So we're going to get ambushed by a 109. I think we're just going to go through the same procedures we've just done there. If an ambush note appears in the bottom right corner, draw a Luftwaffe advantage card and apply it to a section that has lost contact. Alright, well, we've not got a section that's lost contact. If there isn't a section that's lost contact, then apply it to an independent area fighter that has lost contact. There's none of them either. If none, apply it to an area fighter in the bomber formation area. Okay, we're getting down to it now. If none, ignore this result. The Luftwaffe fighter type is 109 or 110 as indicated by the escort reaction card. It says 109. This triggers an immediate dogfight. Right, no mention how to pick that, so I guess it's just random again. I'd want to say if there was a delayed fighter, I would go after that again, no first, but it doesn't say that for the ambush. It doesn't prioritise it, you know. It doesn't even say random, it just says apply it to an area fighter in the bomber formation area. I'm going to assume randomly, and if one of these was delayed, then or more than one delayed, then it would prioritise them. Seems to make sense, but I might have that wrong because maybe the help arrive bit is different from an actual ambush. Okay, well, I'll leave that there if anybody wants to join in. We've no delays anyway, so I figure it's just random. So again, 1 to 4, etc. Rolled a 5, you might just see that. Yeah. So that's green leader then, isn't it? This time, unfortunately. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Okay, so green leader is going to get another Luftwaffe advantage card. Here we go. So, oh, head on this time. That's, I think, better. So it's head on, a rota. Head on. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, no, the sun moved away. Well, I don't think they were in the sun anyway, but it moved. Yeah, it was. If it had moved clockwise, they would be sitting in the sun. So, Hun in the sun, clear a haze only. If escort station, it must be in the sun. Add a swarm, tailed. Hang on, this is for an ambush though. I need to look this up, I think. Because it might just be if the sun's out. Yeah, because I don't think this is an escort station. Right, hang on, let me look this up. Yeah, so the rulebook says Hun in the sun. This event text applies only if there is sun, which necessitates clear or haze visibility. Well, we've got haze visibility and the sun is on the map, right? So it tends to suggest it does apply. If this card was drawn during the intercept phase or help arrives. Now, this is not the help arrives bit, remember? We've just done that. It only applies if the escort station is in the sun, and the escort station is not in the sun. It's down here. It would have to be... See, that says nose high, so I don't know. Does it mean it can be in either of these? I'm not sure with that one. I mean, my take is when it was there, it's starboard high, so it would have to be in there to benefit. And where it is just now, it's in high. Oh. See... Yeah, it's funny, I had a comment from Mike who generally just sends me a wee message on PGG. He's still not got around to commenting on the videos. Actually, I think he did. Did you not once, mate? I don't mind. It's fine. He was saying that he thought I'd got a couple of things wrong, but I can understand where his thinking was here, because this says high. It feels like this is high, but this is just the name of the station. If you look at the chart that wants to pick all these stations, then it says, you know, there's lead, ahead, starboard or port. So you've got lead, ahead, starboard, port, high, low, trailing. That's the names of each one of these. And he was, I think, saying that he felt I should have been looking in the high bit. What was it he was saying? I was in the trailing one, wasn't I? And he was saying that he felt I should be looking in the high. I can't remember what it was, but it was a confusion amongst the names anyway. But right here, I mean, I'm not sure if that just says high. So where has the sun need to be for that to be in the sun? Surely this must explain this in the rules clearer than I'm looking at now and wondering. I mean, I thought that the starboard station, if the sun was there, it had to be there to benefit from the sun. But where does this one benefit from the sun? It just says high. I mean, that's starboard high, that's nose high, that's tail high. They're all high because they're up in the sun. So which one does it benefit from? Is it one just nearest it? Is it just tail high? And when it comes to low and trailing, actually, am I not right in saying that trailing does not benefit from the sun? Why would it not, though? Let me see if I can. I mean, I don't think the thing is, well, hold on. Let's finish the event text here about Hun and the sun, because it's not the helperized phase or the intercept phase. So it carries on. If drawn as the result of chase, Messerschmitt's ambush, which is what we're doing, or a channel patrol check, however, the condition of the interception map and its escort stations does not matter. The event text applies if there is a sun anywhere on the map. So that does apply. Well, I'll leave the question in there again, guys. I mean, where does this benefit from? Where does this station benefit from the sun? Is it just there? It's called the high station. Is it just because that one's closest to it? I mean, it can't be because it's called high, because they're all tail high, starboard high. You know, they're all called high, so it can't surely benefit from them all. I mean, this one feels more comfortable. This is port. There's a port high, so that's benefits from that if the sun's in there. Same with the starboard one. The low and the trailing, I'm not sure. I mean, low, we've got low and trailing, and the nearest one's tail. Yeah, let's go. I'll go and have a look now, Graham. What's in your head? Okay, a wee example there, page 25. Shows an escort station, shows the sun there. But I mean, this one's quite clear to me. I wouldn't have I wish they'd shown me the sun being here maybe, because I don't know which one that covers. But it clearly says there, sun. Maybe I can't see that. If the sun marker is in this location, the port escort station is in the sun, and an area of formation at high altitude in the port position is also in the sun. Quite clear, I'm fine with that. If we've got an area of formation there, it's in the at high altitude, sorry, it's in the sun. If they've got an escort station there, it's in the sun. That's clear. What if the sun is here? Does that cover the lead and the ahead? And it clearly covers that if we've got that, which is, sorry, that's the nose one, isn't it? Nose, yeah. Sun locations. Right, well, hang on. What, does that not clear it up? Sun locations. 4 sun locations are printed in an intersection map. Place the sun marker. Only one location must have a sun marker. When the sun marker is in a location, its corresponding position and escort station are in the sun. That means an escort station marker there is in the sun. An RAF formation at high altitude there is in the sun. Yeah, but... yeah, I'm just going to bail out there, I think. If it comes up and I need to know more about it, or maybe somebody will tell me exactly. If the sun is here, and we've got an escort station marker there, is it in the sun? Maybe these two aren't allowed to be, I don't know, maybe this one just gets it. I don't know. Right, I'm going to leave it there because I want to get this finished. That's me at an hour now as well, so I want to get this finished. Well, we know that this is going to apply, so we're also being tailed by a swarm, aren't we? Which, that was looking good at first, because I thought it was only going to be a rota in front of it, head on, and now we're tailed by... well, actually we can get rid of the rota though, can't we? Which we probably want to do. We just want to survive and get at the bombers again, I think. So that's that done, and we've got a rota head on, and we've got because of the sun, we had a swarm tailing us, being tailed, right? So that is the advantage card. So yeah, moving on to the dogfight cycle. So we've placed our fighters. We've got. Well, hang on. Oh. No, we have to resolve head-on combat anyway, Grant. Damn. I was thinking I could just get rid of this guy, but that happens first. Because the tail maneuver, which is not first, like, we've got to do this first. But the tail maneuver says that, yeah. If the tailed RAF fighter manoeuvres, it also lets any German fighter it is tailing. Oh, it's tailing. Right, that doesn't work then, Grant. You need to be tailing it. We're not, we're head on. Right, so we're not getting away with this. Right, so we're going to have head on combat first. There's nothing we can do about that. We just need to draw the card and hope for the best. So head on and tailing. And we are head on. Single fighter against a 109. Head on, 109's single fighter. So it's going to be a vanish and a hit for us. So he vanishes. And we take a hit. Shuffle, shuffle. That means now we're not going to be able to manoeuvre. Great. And that's a 9. Oh dear, dear, dear. Yeah, I think this guy's in trouble now. So now we've got a swarm tailing him. So next step is tailed manoeuvre. We cannot manoeuvre because we're hit. We're going to do tailed combat now. We draw a single fighter against 109. That is a hit. Nothing more, nothing less. So we get another hit. This one's a 7, the fuselage this time. Then there's no tailing combat. Now we do our hit checks, which I'm kind of thinking this guy's going to go. So he's got 2 hit markers to deal with. I'll just do the 9 first. I know last time I was looking up and seeing which fate box is better, but let's just get this finished. So we'll do the 9 first. I've rolled a 9. Can you see that? That is a 9. So that goes away. So he's got a chance here. So we need a 7 or greater. Come on. Yes! Okay, both trivial hits. Hello. Right. So now we can do another cycle of the dogfight. This time we can manoeuvre. There's no head-on combat this time. We can manoeuvre, so what do? We were doing evades the last time. That worked out pretty well. I think in fact yeah, I'm going to evade again. I'm going to try and just evade my way out of this. So evade, we're going to draw 2 cards. It's 1 on 1. Oh, look at that. It's a vanish. I've drawn the right cards, eh? Yeah, tailed. 1 on 1. So we get a banish option. That only applies if it's the turn. Or we can take a hit and get some reinforcements. I don't think so. I think we'll have the vanish, please. Yeah, how about that? We got away with that. So this vanishes. I mean, it doesn't give us any points or anything, but it lets us move on. So then that's everything done. No hit checks. This time we're going to resume. So we got away with that. Good stuff. Right, and then just finish. I think that's the card finished, isn't it? Ambush was the last step. So that's good. Right, I wonder if I can just stop there? Where are we? Are we at an important bit or escort reaction? Chase is going to be the next step. Yeah, which we're not going to do. So then I can leave it at the next step, which is patrol complete, asking the question. And yeah, we'll leave it there. Yeah, things starting to move along a bit swifter now, I feel. Maybe you don't think that at all and think it's still too slow. Right, this guy can go back to where he was. And I'll push these up a bit so I can put this player back in a bit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can see that the cycle of things starts becoming clear to you, and you can whiz through it. Now, that's not a word you can use in Grant's videos, but you can move through it a bit quicker, shall we say. Right, I'll get away for now, and I'm definitely hoping to get another part done today again. Yeah, I left last night saying that I'd maybe played a bit too much, but I tell you what, I was wanting to get up this morning and get to it. I had things to do in the morning earlier on, so but I was itching to get back. So yeah, it's still good, and we're obviously closing in the end of this patrol, and I'd like to see how that finishes off and the fate things. So yeah, I can probably do that in the next part, get this patrol finished. We shall see though. Okay, back later. Cheers.